Hey, what's up? Dilio coming to you. We're going to do a video comparing the two. This video isn't really trying to put one over the other, but I have a few categories I'm going to talk about. And just join in the conversation because I like talking about drum machines, and hopefully you do too. And feel free to join in the conversation in the comments below. Let's go right into it. So I got a few categories. Got portability, versatility, convenience, sequencer, compatibility, third-party support, song playback, effects, and MIDI. And if there's another category I missed, put it in the comment below. And hopefully some other people see it and they join in the conversation. All right. So between the two of these, which ones would I give the vote of portability to? Well, I will give it to the Sample simply because it has a battery inside of it and you can plug it up to a lot of different things. Now you can also plug this into a lot of different things as well. However, on the SP404, you do need, I guess, a certain voltage or something like that. It's not like kind of like a phone charge kind of thing like how this is. But, the cool thing is this does have batteries in it, but you got to put them in them yourself. So I bought a set of portable or rechargeable AA batteries that I keep in here. And I have a charger that I keep in my charging bay. But you could also, there's also a lot of power solutions that people bought, like adapters that'll adapt the 5-volt input. I think it's 5-volt to like a USB power bank. And you get the same results with that as well. But for me, having a built-in solution without having to switch out and get adapters and things like that, I would lean to this one as being a better situation as far as portability is concerned. Now, in the category of versatility, I would have to lean more towards the SP404. This can be an effects processor. This can be a vocoder. You can add sample with this. You could do playback with this, song playback, which is another category down the line. And you have both the 1/8 inch and 1/4 inch inputs or outputs for your headphones right there. You can hook up a guitar to this thing. So you got inputs on the front, back, both headphone sizes are on here, real-time effects. So as far as versatility, this goes to here. This you could record and have some effects going in real time, but it's not quite the same. You do have 1/4 inches on the back. There's not really much flexibility. Say if you got a headphone with a 1/4 inch jack, you're stuck because you got to adapt it to an 1/8 inch jack for it to work with this setup right here. Whereas this, you just plug it in and go. I definitely have seen this used in a lot more different ways, and I've seen this out in the wild in the field. This hasn't came out or hasn't been seen too much by me out in the wild yet. But as far as leading less adapters and more options, you got more options to kind of collect and do different things. You can also DJ on this thing. And so again, I would say versatility would be more on this, the SP404. Now let's talk about convenience. The convenience, I would have to go to the SP404 having more convenience. Reason being, like this will automatically load up, and I think it's a setting. It'll automatically load up your last project you got running on there that's saved, which is cool. With this being on, I hook this up to the computer and just drag samples onto the librarian software on the computer, and they'll show it up right up on the pad. That's convenient. Whatever you do on here, like you don't even have to really like say everything you do is like saved. Like I could just be working on it, power it off, and I go. I don't even got to save anything. And that's a little bit more of a better convenience than on here, because if you don't save what you do on this one, you power it off, you lose your work. Right. And again, having that versatility creates more convenience for having this one versus this one. Right. So I would have to vote for this one on the convenience factor right there. All right. Sequencer. Real quick, I like the sequencer on here, making beats on here. I have made beats on here. When I first got one of these, it took me a while to watch a lot of videos to learn how to start recording, because you have patterns and then you have pads. And so all of these buttons right here are play buttons, where you have one play button here. The sequencer does work on there. You got a little bit, and I like the display here. It's not color. It's kind of like that bright OLED. I really like that, but it's not quite color. A little bit of a different philosophy there, but the color is all right versus this one. I'm trying to stay on track here. But the sequencer though, it's just a classic MPC sequencer on here. Now on this one, you really don't have tracks as well when you sequence. You have a pattern, and each pad from all of these banks from A to J are represented in that pattern. And you can instantly select that pattern, which is really quick, really fast. You can go from one pattern to another really quick. This way you can probably go from patterns in between, but still having that simple record, put your stuff down, edit notes, stuff like that. To edit notes on here is a little bit more of a shortcut. You got to hit this, that. There's more stuff you have to kind of memorize before you do it. Here it's like kind of more simpler. And so When it comes to the sequencer, I like the sequencer on the Sample better, simply for its simplicity. There are limitations though. I mean, it has a warp. These are both warp. But when I come to trying to spontaneous grab a sound and put it on there, it's faster on here. This will do it, but it's a lot more of a complicated thing. But it still will do the job. Third-party support. Well, this haven't had a chance to really get any third-party support. I don't know how they would integrate that into the setup or how that would work. However, this one, they have Koala Sampler, so you can hook this up to your phone. Control Koala Sampler from this. It also works with Serato and some DJ platforms as well. So third-party support definitely would go to the SP404 because of what it is and what it does. As far as with other platforms, this hasn't had any support there. And again, you know, you can hook this up to your computer, turn it on the USB access point, and drag files directly to it. But then you have to come out of that to operate it. But again, on third-party support here, Koala Sampler, Serato DJ, some other applications, is stronger on here right now at this time. Song playback. I'm most likely going to go to this right here. You know, if I were to do a show and perform live and I needed tracks, I would rather bring this than this. Not quite sure what the capabilities are for just full song playbacks. I know a lot of times at some open auxes I've attended, cats will run the whole tracks off of here like an instant replay. I don't know if you're going to get really like an instant replay action here. This does playback full sync with songs, but it's a little bit less convenient than having your full track already done and you just hit and play, hold, let it ride, and let the song playback for your show, for your set list. A lot easier to do that. And again, you know, when you drag songs on here and you turn it off, the songs are still there on file. You don't lose any of that. I haven't lost any of that, and it's really cool. So song playback, I will vote for there. Effects, it's tough because this does have some cool effects, but again, the effects to me are a little bit stronger on SP404. You got vocoding, a lot of instant real-time effects that can be changed in real time. You can manipulate in real time. You can do it on here, but I think it's a little more disruptive to your sequencing flow. You can get effects going on here, and they're cool, they're good. Some would say better, but as far as this one, the amount of effects you could do and control in real time, move quickly without really, like, it's almost like you have your sequence going on right here, you hit a button, boom, effects, you're back. Here, you have to kind of commit to it and stay on that effect screen, and you're no longer sequencing here. So, and just have it, like, nobody even talks about this having a vocoder on here. Like, nobody even talks about it. Like, I did a video, and I think that's the only one I really saw. Like, maybe someone else did. Which goes into my next thing, MIDI. MIDI, this is, to me, more compatible with MIDI devices, stuff like that. You can definitely play stuff out, and this does MIDI too. I'm not saying this doesn't do MIDI, but I know I've had more experiences with controlling the vocoder, do a lot of different stuff. None of these have MIDI tracks to sequence with, right? But as far as MIDI capabilities and flexibility, it is a little bit more robust on here, but you still can do stuff on there. But you know, it's still, you have to kind of go into the 16 levels mode to play notes out, but then you can sample that back in. There's still a lot to be discussed there with that. So yeah, that's just a quick comparison video to this. I just wanted to join in the conversation, talk about these drum machines that we all like to jam with and play with, and I wanted to hear your thoughts on it. You're watching Delio T2K. If you like this type of stuff, hit the subscribe button. See y'all guys in the next video. I'm out.